Good afternoon and welcome to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lion football. Mike Formasato along with you calling today's action as the Pope John Junior Lions 13 and under squad gets set to take on the Bayshore Buccaneers. The Lions at a perfect 6-0 on the season, looking to go to 7th heaven as they take on a Buccaneers squad from Keyport that comes up to Sparta, New Jersey, looking to dethrone the Lions from their 6-0 record. The Pope John looking for that 7th win, and we'll see if they get it. Captains on the field right now. Number 2, Quinn Klevitz. Number 72, Michael Morelli. Number 4, Victor Fiore. And number 88, Jacob Post. We will go over rosters and the opening kickoff for Pope John versus Bayshore from Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey, right after this.
We need some volunteers for the chains, please. 3 volunteers for the chains, please.
Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lions 13 and under football. Mike Formasato along with you calling today's action as the 6-0 Pope John Lions gets set to take on the Bayshore Buccaneers. And now our national anthem. our national anthem. And Pope John getting set to take on Bayshore, looking for their 7th win of the season. Let's go over the rosters for the 13U Pope John squad. Number 1 is Eric Ruiz. Number 2, Quinn Clevitz. Number 4, Victor Fiore. Number 5, Colin Bauman. Number 6, Lucas Rosinski. Number 7, Tyler Zabriskie. Number 8, Seamus Corcoran. Number 11, Vincent Jessamaria. Number 19, Mark Hedgepeth. 21 is Vincenzo Siliberti. Number 22, Ryan Johnson. 25, Ryder Javal. 26, Andrew Jessamaria. 27, Dylan Cocaziello. 28, Nathaniel Capra. 30, Carter Johnston. 33, Jason Cofrancesco. Number 42, Thomas Walton. 52 is Aiden Arminger. 55, and I got pronunciation from Aiden himself. Aiden D'Alivo. Aiden D'Alivo. 58, Sutton Fullwood. 72, Michael Morelli. Number 78, Riley Watts. 79, Emilio Barranco. 88, Jacob Post. 95, Ryan Watts. The head coach of the Pope John Junior Lions 13 squad is Matt Emmering. Here's the kickoff from Seamus Corcoran. It's an onside kick down to the 40. Can they recover? The ball's tipped. It's recovered by Quinn Clements. The question is, was he out of bounds? They're saying that the ball goes to Bayshore, I believe. So I think Clements was out of bounds as he recovered that. It was right near the sideline. So Bayshore gets a break, and they will start on offense. Good attempt by Pope John with the onside kick. Just was too close to the sideline. So I'm going to say it starts at the 34 of Bayshore. 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers. Anyway, the head coach of 13U, Matt Emmering. Assistant coaches, Jack Morelli, Jason Cofrancesco, Tom Staub, Gene Emmering, and Rich Jessamaria. League presidents, Chris Baracco. League VP, Dave Diarco. Team mom, Kathy Jessamaria. And Dom Gaston is the Pope John varsity head coach. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. First play from scrimmage. The Buccaneers quarterback under center. That is number 1. Flag on the play. We'll see what that is. False start against Bayshore. That'll move the ball back to the 29-yard line. So 1st and 15 now for the Buccaneers. Quarterback drops the ball and is tackled by Aiden D'Alivo. D'Alivo makes the tackle on the quarterback and a sack for number 55 for Pope John. Ball now spotted at the 25-yard line. Aiden D'Alivo with the sack. 2nd, and we're going to say 20.
I know. How are you? Good. We were sleepless.
So Bayshore setting up at the 25-yard line. 2nd and 20. Handoff to the tailback. He fumbles. And Pope John, did they recover? Yes, they did. Number 88, Jacob Post with the fumble recovery. And Pope John will take over possession at the 23-yard line. So, 1st and 10 for the Lions. Number 4, Victor Fiore in shotgun. The quarterback, man in motion is Walton. The handoff goes to number 26, Andrew Jessamaria. He's brought down at the 21-yard line. Jessamaria with a big run to get the Lions started last week. A 65-yard scamper into the back of the Shore end zone in West Long Branch, New Jersey. Got them on the board after being down 13-0. And then 2 pass plays by Fiore to Seamus Corcoran gave the Lions the rest of their offensive scoring. Here's Fiore to the end zone. It's there. Touchdown, Lions. Quinn Clements makes the reception. A 24-yard touchdown pass from Fiore to Clements, and the Lions lead 6-0. So now Corcoran out for the extra point. Number 30, Carter Johnston, coming into the game. Here's the stop. Place hold. The kick is up, and it is good. Into the trees behind the goalposts. Seamus Corcoran makes it 7-0. Pope John over Bayshore. So a 24-yard pass from Victor Fiore to Quinn Clements. Clements, who had the big interception to seal the win last week for Pope John. The Lions are up 7-0 on the 24-yard touchdown pass from Fiore to Clements. Corcoran will set the ball at the 40-yard line for the kickoff.
Go, Seamus.
Ball falls off the tee. It is a little windy here. Perfect football weather. It is a little overcast, mostly cloudy, but the temperature's in the mid-50s. It is crisp, clear, clean outside. Not like it's been earlier where 90 degrees, 85 degrees, and definitely not any rain so far. The rain has held off. It rained a lot yesterday in the northern New Jersey area, but it's holding off right now. And so Corcoran with the kick from the 40, downfield, over the head of the Bayshore Buccaneer, who's back to receive the kick, so he has to run back to the 1 to pick it up. And now is brought down at the 4 to 5 yard line. Morelli in on the tackle. Michael Morelli, as well as Vincent Jessamaria. So Bayshore with a big mistake there, and they'll have to start from their own 4 yard line. 7-0, Pope John leads over the Bayshore Buccaneers. Mike Formisano along with you calling today's action. Thank you very much for joining us on this Columbus Day Sunday. Beautiful fall day here in northern New Jersey. And the Pope John Lions, as I said earlier, looking for 7th heaven today. They are trying to go 7-0 on the season. The 11U squad winning their game 27-13 over Bayshore just before this. So congratulations to them. They are 5-2 on the season. The only blemish on the weekend, the varsity squad losing to Del Barton yesterday here at Pope John High School, 30-6. But varsity still in good shape for playoffs. 5-2 on the year. Here's a pass downfield, tipped away by Andrew Jessamaria. Number 7, the intended receiver for Bayshore. Jessamaria got his right hand on it, knocked it down. So it'll bring that 2nd down. Anyway, as I said, the varsity squad still 5-2. They take on DePaul next week, and they're in good position for the playoffs as well. So it was a good game. First quarter and a half, no score between Pope John and Del Barton, and then the Green Wave just opened up. A punt block for Pope John, the only scoring in the game for a touchdown. But only 2 losses on the season for the varsity squad. Coach Dom Gaston doing a great job with the team, and we will see what they do next week against DePaul. Here's the handoff to number 21 for Bayshore. He's up to about the 10-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd down. We got a late flag on the play. We'll see what that's about, and 21 getting into it with a Pope John defender. And now the referee pointing number 21 off the field. So we'll see what the call is by the referee. Aiden Arminger into the game for the Lions, number 52.
When you're ready, I got more.
I know, but I wanted to tell you, but I wanted to tell you the first time. Like, how are you? I wanted to say, like,
I'm a date girl.
This was a 2:30 start, and there's the flag thrown by the referee. They did a good job getting it off at around 2:30, maybe like 2:35. The 11U game went maybe a couple of minutes longer than it should have, but no big deal. 2:30 start here for Pope John and Bayshore. And it looks to be offsetting penalties against both Pope John and Bayshore. Actually, he motioned twice to the Buccaneers side. So I don't know if there's an extra penalty against Bayshore. Right now, the ball is spotted at the 10-yard line of the Buccaneers. The referee's talking things over with Pope John coaches. Coach Emmering discussing it with the head referee. We'll resume play. It'll be 3rd down for Bayshore at their own 10-yard line, unless the referees move the ball here. So the referee's coming back on the field now. John, defensive unit, up to the line of scrimmage. Bayshore still in the huddle. It'd be nice to have the microphones on the referee to hear what they're saying, but again, 13U football, so we don't have that luxury. All right, so 2 fouls against Bayshore, 1 against Pope John. And now the Bayshore coach wants an explanation, so if we keep going like this, we're going to go into nighttime. Unfortunately, Pope John here does not have lights on the field, so I would say back in the day we could play by candlelight, but nowadays with everybody's cell phones, you can just go ahead and illuminate the flashlights on the cell phones, and maybe that'll be enough light to play. I don't think it'll come to that. So now the referee's back out to the field. They're moving the ball down to the 5-yard line, so half the distance to the goal. 3rd down and let's say long. 3rd long for Bayshore. They've got to get to the 18-yard line for a first. 7-0, Pope John leads. A 24-yard touchdown pass from Victor Fiore to Quinn Klebitz. Quarterback rolls out to his right towards the near sideline. Is met at about the 6-yard line. Carter Johnston, Sutton Fullwood on the tackle. Number 58 for Pope John. So that brings up 4th down for Bayshore. Most likely we're going to see the punting unit come out on the field. Pressed up against their own end zone.
She worked hard for this.
She did.
Have fun.
And the scorekeeper for the last game, keeping the score, not the time on the field. Pop Warner referees usually keep the time on the field. But we had the score, but there's nobody keeping score here in the press box where I am right now. So we'll just remember it as it is. 7-0, Pope John. It's 4th down, and Bayshore's going to go for it. The pitch back to number 25. He's in his own end zone. Will the Lions bring him down for a safety? No, he gets out of the end zone and to the 1-yard line. So Pope John is going to take over. 1st and goal to go at the 1. I don't understand why they didn't punt it away. That's not for me to decide. Seems like a gift wrap package for the Lions here. 1st and goal to 1. I would love to start every drive 1st and goal from the 1.
Here's Heather. Heather!
7-0, Pope John leads over Bayshore. We are midway through the first quarter here at Pope John High School. Fiore in the shotgun. Man in motion. Is it Seamus Corcoran? Corcoran in the shotgun, I should say. We've got a whistle, and we got a false start against Pope John, so that'll drive him back 5. Yeah, I'll make it 1st and goal to go now from the 6. Okay. So Corcoran in the shotgun. Man in motion is Zabriskie. The handoff to Rosinski. Rosinski cuts up the middle. He's tackled at about the 5. The ball's loose. And it looks like Pope John did recover. Didn't see exactly who recovered it there on the offensive line for Pope John, but the Lions will maintain possession. It's going to be 2nd and goal to go from about 4. Pope John up to the line. Corcoran in the shotgun. Rosinski in the backfield with him. 2 wideouts. Man in motion is Zabriskie. Cuts back to the far sideline. The snap to Corcoran. Rolls to his right. He's got trouble. Met in the backfield by Bayshore defenders and sacked. The ball's on the turf. We'll see if Pope John recovered or not. They did. They held on to the ball. So 3rd down. Goal to go. Pope John going backwards. They started at the 1. They're now at the 9. Third and goal to go. Corcoran in the shotgun. Zabriskie in motion. Corcoran takes a snap, cuts to his right to the far sideline, throwing to evade tacklers, and he is tackled at about the 8, maybe 9-yard line. So no gain there, and that brings up 4th down for Pope John.
Good job, guys.
So Pope John will set up for a field goal. 1st and goal to go from the 1, and Pope John went backwards, and so that is just another lesson in life. Can't take anything for granted. Lions attempting the field goal. Fiore with the hold. Corcoran with the kick. Ball's down. Kicks up, and it's good. Right down the middle. Seamus Corcoran with the field goal, and Pope John leads 10-0. We'll be back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey right after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. For Pope John Junior Lion Football, Mike Formasano along with you calling today's action as the Pope John Lions 13U squad. With another onside kick attempt, and the flag goes down as Corcoran boots it. Penalty against Pope John. Lions lead 10-0. Looking for their 7th win on the season. So a 5-yard penalty, and Pope John's going to kick now from the 35. Scoring so far in this game, a 24-yard touchdown reception from Victor Fiore to Quinn Clements, and a field goal by Seamus Corcoran makes it 10-0. Pooch kicked down to about the 47. Can Pope John recover? Clements had his hands on it, but it looks like Bayshore has actually recovered. And the Buccaneers will start with the ball at the 39-yard line. 10-0 Lions lead, late stages of the first quarter. We're at Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. Mike Formisano calling today's action. Thank you very much for joining us on this perfect fall afternoon in northern New Jersey on Columbus Day weekend. Happy Columbus Day to everyone out there tomorrow. Lions looking to go into Columbus Day with a 7-0 record. They are 6-0 right now, looking for that 7th victory. Bayshore, 1st and 10 from their own 39. The Buccaneers out of Keyport, New Jersey. Service 3 different towns in the shore area. I don't remember what the other ones are at this point in time. My apologies. But out of Keyport, near the Jersey Shore. The pitch back and hits off the defender, and it's recovered by Jacob Post. Post, number 88 for the Lions, recovers the fumble. So 11 tried to pitch back to his running back, but he collided with him. Ball hit him. It hit the turf, and Post landed on it. 1st and 10, Pope John on the turnover. Offense back out to the field. And the ball spotted at the 35-yard line for Pope John. Bayshore 35. 1st and 10. We've got a whistle and a timeout by Bayshore. We'll take one as well. Late stages of the first quarter. The Pope John Lions lead the Bayshore Buccaneers 10-0. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. For Pope John, Junior Lion, 13 and under football. Mike Formisano along with you calling today's action. Thank you very much for joining us as Pope John Lions, 6-0 on the year, lead the Bayshore Buccaneers 10-0. 1st and 10 from the Bayshore 35. Fiore in shotgun. Vincent Jessamaria in the backfield. I have to clarify, there's Vincent and Andrew, number 26. Walton in motion. Fiore takes a snap, drops back, looking to pass, rolls to his right. He's got defenders all over him. He'll keep it, roll back to his left, and he is met in the backfield at the 45-yard line. Sacked for a loss, a big loss. And a late flag on the play. And Bayshore is screaming at another flag, so the Buccaneers head coach just letting the referees have it. And the referees will keep throwing flag after flag on Bayshore. So the sack on Fiore puts the ball at the 45, but that's before any possible penalties against Bayshore. We'll see where the ball is actually spotted for the next down. One of the referees over to the sideline to talk with the Bayshore coaches. This has been a very slow-moving first quarter.
I had to look it up. I did not know. Yeah, I did too.
So, this may very well be the last home game of the regular season for 13 and under. We do not have any specifics on the next opponent yet. That comes down from Pop Warner midweek. Date, time, and opponent usually announced on Wednesdays. by Pop Warner. So please keep checking Sports Engine for that. But for right now, if that is the case, I want to thank everyone here for a great season at Pope John High School and Pope John Junior Lions. The entire Pope John family has made me feel welcome, and it's been a terrific experience calling the games for both 11U and 13U for the season, and I look forward to calling more games in the future for Pope John for whatever they need. So we've set up this channel, Pope John Athletics, Junior Lions, and we're excited to see where the future takes us here with Pope John on the junior level as well as high school. So the penalties to Bayshore will take the ball all the way down to 30 to 25. Referee still walking with the ball. The 20, the 15. There were multiple penalties and multiple flags thrown. They're finally placing the ball down on the 15-yard line. So whereas Pope John was pushed back to the 45 on the sack, they've gained 30 yards on penalty yardage. And Bayshore shooting themselves in the foot. 1st and 10 for the Lions at the Bayshore 15-yard line. And we got another whistle. And the referee's talking, moving over to the sideline and talking with the Bayshore coaches again. I can't imagine they're still arguing what's happened, so. I'm going to tell all the fans out in the stands to get their cell phones ready soon to start turning on the flashlights as the sun goes down. We're going to need to illuminate the field so we can finish this game. The only problem I have is I have to head to Connecticut after this. My son has an 8:45 hockey game tonight. It's going to take 3 hours to get there. So come on, let's go.
Are you going right now?
After this game.
We just flew in from Texas. We're at the 8 game.
Fitz Jessamine up the middle to the right and is brought down at about the 10-yard line. So gain of 5 for Jessamine on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down, and we got an injury timeout. Bayshore player down, so. Coach is out on the field to check with him. To help the player up, it's number, I believe, 25 for Bayshore. So he's walking off under his own power, and that's good to see. So when play resumes, Pope John will start at the Bayshore 9-yard line. Up 10-0. Late first quarter. I don't know how late. The referee's keeping the time on the field. But again, we're at 3:07 in the afternoon, so it's been a 40-minute, almost 40-minute first quarter. Fiore in the shotgun. Man in motion is Thomas Walton, number 42. Throw to Walton. He faked the handoff to Jessa Maria, but Fiore passed to Walton, but it's incomplete. We have a timeout on the field. So did they even get that play off? I haven't seen the down marker change. Nah, they did. Okay, 3rd down now. So, incomplete pass to Walton. That brings up 3rd down from the Bayshore 9. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Late first quarter, Pope John up 10-0 over the Bayshore Buccaneers. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. For Pope John Junior Lion 13 and under football. Mike Formisano along with you calling today's action as the Pope John Lions get set to start the second quarter against the Bayshore Buccaneers, leading 10-0, and they are in the red zone. Pope John in their home blue uniforms, trimmed by gold and white, with blue pants, gold helmets with the blue lion on the side, and pink wristbands and socks, and other towels and assortments for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Fiore will hand off, and met in the backfield and dropped for a loss is number 11, Jesse Maria. Fiore, I think, looked to pass initially, didn't see any options, so he quickly handed off to Jesse Maria, but Vincent got dropped in the backfield, and the ball now at the 13-yard line of Bayshore. That will bring up 4th down for the Lions. We'll see if they attempt a field goal. Corcoran is out there.
Let's go.
The Fiore, Corcoran's going out to the side to the wideout position. So Fiore in the backfield with Jesse Maria. He's in shotgun, so they're going to go for it on 4th down. Here's Fiore, back to pass. Fiore throws towards the end zone to Andrew Jesse Maria. Jesse Maria is tackled at the goal line. Did he get in? I don't think so. And the ball rolls out of the end zone. That's going to be a touchback for Bayshore. So Jesse Maria can't cross the plane. He loses the ball at the 1, and it goes out of the end zone. And so Bayshore gets a break. And they're going to take over, I believe, at the 20-yard line. Score remains 10-0 Pope John over the Bayshore Buccaneers. Andrew Jesse Maria close to the end zone. Just couldn't break the plane. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. Bayshore Buccaneers, 1st and 10. Down 10-0 to Pope John. Here's the pitch back to number 22. Cuts to his right to the far sideline. He's met in the backfield by Vincent Jesse Maria, number 11 for Pope John. Makes the tackle and drops number 22 for a loss. Ball now spotted at 13-yard line. A 7-yard loss for Bayshore. And it'll bring up 2nd and long. Buccaneers have to get to the 30-yard line, so 2nd and 17. Quarterback under center. One man in the backfield. And he's met in the backfield, number 4, tackled by Jacob Post. Post in on the tackle. And another loss of yardage for Bayshore. Ball now spotted at the 6-yard line of the Buccaneers. 3rd and long. Real long. Thank you, I appreciate it. Trying to have some fun. Calling too many games this week. I don't know where I'm going to be. I was in Connecticut yesterday. I'm back in Jersey. Now I got to go back to Connecticut. Quarterback under center. Drops back and is met at the goal line. Is he in the end zone for a safety? No, they're going to mark him at the 2-yard line. So drop for a loss, and the ball spotted. Actually, I think it was the 1. At the 1-yard line. So 4th and 29 for Bayshore. Pope John leading 10-0. The Buccaneers pinned against the goal line now. Lions 6-0 on the year, looking to gain their 7th victory. Good crowd out here for Lions on this fall afternoon. Here's number 1, and he's running towards the back of the end zone, still on his feet, finally brought down for the safety. Number 88, Jacob Post on the tackle, and it's 12-0 Pope John over Bayshore. So Pope John records the safety, and the Lions will get the ball. They lead 12-0. So Jacob Post recording the 2 points for Pope John there on the safety with the quarterback sack. I feel bad for the quarterback there. He had nowhere else to go. He's just trying to stay in bounds, but he knows he has to get out of the end zone. He can't do it. He sees Post, and Post just brings him down. So Bayshore will punt from their own 20-yard line. Pope John setting up to return the kick. $12-0. Pope John leads over the Bayshore Buccaneers. Here's the punt from the 20. High end-over-end kick gets to about the 48. And it's taken by Quinn Clements. Clements up the right side. The near sideline. He's got blockers. To the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Lions! Quinn Clements with a 52-yard return on the punt from Bayshore. And the Pope John Lions up 18-0. So Clements returns that kick, catching it at his own 48, finding blockers in front of him. Thomas Walton, one of them, and Clements runs into the back of the end zone. A 52-yard punt return, and Pope John leads 18-0 with the extra point pending. You know, my apologies. It's actually 19-0. I'll tell you why. Because of the point after by Corcoran. I forgot the rule in Pope John. It's 2 points for kick. So now this kick will go ahead and give Pope John a, let's see, 21-0 lead. So it's 8, and then 3 for the field goal is 11. The safety is 13, and then 8 more. 21-0. Pope John leads over Bayshore. I forgot about that rule, so my apologies. 2 points for the extra points. Corcoran now has 2 extra points for 2 points each. Everybody got that? 21-0. Pope John leads. I wish I had the scoreboard operator here. That would make things easier. I wouldn't have to worry about it. 21-0. Pope John over Bayshore. I'm so used to, for many, many years, watching football, seeing an extra point, and the extra point goes through the uprights, and it's 1 point. But again, in Pop Warner, it's only 2. 21-0. Pope John varsity head coach Tom Gaston joining me in the booth. Kickoff by the Lions, up by 21-0 on Bayshore, looking for their 7th win of the season. Here's the kick by Corcoran. End over end kick down to the 15. Bayshore takes it there. Number 1 cuts up the right side through the middle and is brought down at the 31-yard line. Jacob Post in on the tackle. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bayshore. So the scoring for the Lions so far. 24-yard touchdown reception from Fiore to Clements. A field goal by Seamus Corcoran. A safety by Jacob Post. And then a punt return for a touchdown from 52 yards out from Quinn Clements. A couple of pairs of extra points by Seamus Corcoran, and that leads to a 21-0 score here in the second quarter. Buccaneers will start out from the 32-yard line, midway through the second quarter. Quarterback number 1 still discussing things over with his tailback. Up to the line, 1st and 10 from the 32. Number 1 hands off the 37. 37 to the right side. Tried to get to the far sideline and is brought down by Aiden D'Olivo. D'Olivo makes the tackle and the running back dropped for a loss. And mark the ball at the 31. Loss of 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. Already off the field now for the Lions and substitutions. Buccaneers up to the line. Hope John defense to meet them. 2nd and 11 from the 31. Here's the snap. Handoff to number 4. Cuts up the left to the middle and is tackled at the 33. Looked to be Andrew Jessamari on the tackle. Substitution in the game, Lucas Rosinski coming in for Aiden D'Olivo. Hope John defense up to the line. Bayshore Buccaneers. 3rd and about 8 to go. They got to get to the 42. Actually make it 3rd and 9. There's the snap. Handoff to number 37. Cuts to the far sideline. Can't turn the corner and is brought down at about the 38-yard line. There's Jacob Poston on the tackle, and we got another penalty. I think it's going to be up against Bayshore. And Pope John coach is telling the players to just take a knee and back away. As Bayshore has been hit with a number of penalties today. Well, one time Fiore was tackled at the 45, and then Buccaneer head coach has got penalized multiple times and brought the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line. So we'll see what the referees rule here. 21-0. Pope John leads over the Bayshore Buccaneers. The referee is discussing things with coaches. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line. Penalties on the play against Bayshore, and they're going to move the ball back. 15-yard penalty against Bayshore, and they'll spot the ball at the 23. 4th and long for the Buccaneers. Already down 21-0. We've got a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Lions lead the Buccaneers 21-0. We'll be back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey after this. We're in the second. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. For Pope John Junior Lion Football, 13 and under. Mike Formisano along with you calling today's action. Thank you so much for joining us on this Columbus Day Sunday. Perfect football weather outside. Overcast, definitely, but the weather and the temperature can't be beat. Mid-50s, crisp, cool. Pope John Lions looking to go 7-0 on the season. 7th heaven as they are taking on the Buccaneers and leading 21-0. Late second quarter. 4th and long for the Buccaneers. Quarterback drops back to pass. Hauls it downfield. It's a floater. Incomplete. Jesse Maria had his hands on it. Andrew did. Just couldn't bring it in. And Pope John is going to take over on downs. So the offense back on the field for Pope John. Looking to add to their 21-0 advantage. Substitutions into the game. Number 79, Emilio Barranco, into the offense for Pope John. Oh, 1st and 10 for the Lions from the 23-yard line of Bayshore. Late second quarter, 21-0, Pope John leads. 1st and 10. Zabriskie in motion. Corcoran in the shotgun. Hands off to Rosinski. Rosinski cuts up the middle to his left and is brought down at about the 17-yard line. So a gain of 6 for Rosinski. They'll bring up 2nd down. Lions have to get to the 13-yard line for a first. 2nd and 4 from the 17. Corcoran in shotgun again. Zabriskie in motion. Rosinski in the backfield. Corcoran takes the snap. Throws into the end zone. Incomplete. Intended receiver there was number 25, Ryder Gervald. Ball just above his hands, and they'll bring up 3rd down for Pope John. Lions up to the line from the 17. 3rd and 4. Corcoran in a shotgun. Gervald in motion. Rosinski in the backfield. Here's the snap. Corcoran will take it. Rolls to his left. Screen pass to Rosinski to the far sideline. Not enough for the first down. Gained about 1 on the play, so going to bring up 4th and 3. Ball at the 16-yard line, placed on the far hash mark. Fourth and 3 for the Lions. They're going to go for it. Corcoran in the shotgun. Rosinski to his left. Corcoran takes the snap, rolls to his left to Rosinski, screen pass, and he's got the first down. Tackled out of bounds at about maybe the 12-yard line. First down, Pope John. Lions on the move. Referees spot the ball at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10, Pope John from the Bayshore 12. Corcoran in a shotgun. Rosinski in the backfield. Here's the snap. Corcoran takes it. Fakes to the right. Now goes to the left. He keeps it to the 10-yard line. Still on his feet. Now to about the 5 and finally brought down. Big gainer for Seamus Corcoran. And the referee spot the ball at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 3 to go. Substitutions in. Vincenzo Siliberti in for number 15, number 19, Mark Hedgepeth. Corcoran in his shotgun. Vincent Jessamaria to his left. Zabriskie in motion. Handoff to Jessamaria. Jessamaria rolls to his left. Going to the end zone. Can't make it. Stopped at about the 2-yard line. Should be enough for a first down, however, for Pope John. First and goal to go for the Lions. Late stages of the second quarter. Pope John hurrying up. I think they're running out of time. Corcoran with Zabriskie in motion. Here's a snap. Hand off to Jessamaria. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions! Vincent Jessamaria from 2 yards out. And Pope John takes a 27-0 lead. So Vincent Jessamaria pounds his way into the end zone from 2 yards out. And the Lions now up 27-0. Corcoran setting up for the extra point. Will be a 2-point attempt. Fiore in position for the hold. Here's the snap. Place down. Kick is up. It's good, but we got a flag on the play. And we'll see what the referees rule. Penalty against Bayshore. So it looks like they're going to move the ball half the distance to the goal. And the Lions will make another attempt at the point after. Corcoran setting up again from the 1.5. Here's the snap. Place down. Kick is up. It's good. Corcoran puts it through the uprights. And Pope John leads 29-0.
No good.
It was no good?
No good.
And then we go to the left?
Yeah, that hold. That
Have to see the angle. Yeah, it was floating up there, so. All right, so the kick is no good by Corcoran. And the score remains 27-0. So the Lions kicking unit back on the field now. Kickoff from the 40-yard line. See if they attempt another onside kick. They've tried it a couple times. $27-0. Pope John leads over Bayshore. Ball falls off the tee. Corcoran setting up again. Here's the kick by Corcoran. Another onside attempt. It's not going to go far enough. Or does it? It does. It took a Pope John bounce. It landed at the 48, bounced to the 49, went just over the 50-yard line, and Pope John recovers. So the onside kick works for the Lions, and they'll take over at the 49-yard line of Bayshore. What a bounce. That ball hit in the air and then landed on the turf at about the 48. You figured it was going to die there. It took the craziest bounce, hit off the 49, and went over the 50-yard line. And Pope John, alert there, made the recovery. Lions will start from the Bayshore 49, up 27-0. Fiore in the shotgun. Jessamaria in the backfield. Zabriskie in motion. Here's a snap. Fiore, quick pass. Out to Carter Johnston. Johnston makes the catch to the 40. Down to the 35. It is brought out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. So a 13-yard reception by Carter Johnston. And Pope John on the move again. We got an injury timeout. Buccaneer player down. The players still down on the sideline. The coaches of both teams taking a look. Player back on his feet. It's good to see. Sitting up, actually. Applause from the distant sideline. The Buccaneer player number 1 being helped to his feet. And that is good to see. Applause from both sidelines and both fans, both teams' fans, I should say. We resume play. Pope John with the ball, leading 27-0. Referees spot the ball at the 32-yard line. So, 1st and 10 for Pope John from the Bayshore 32. Fiore in the shotgun. Vincent Jessamaria in the backfield. Zabriskie in motion from right to left. Here's the hand of Jessamaria. Flag down. False start against Pope John. That'll drive the ball back 5. Second down. No. First down and 15. The down marker set to 2. And change it back to 1. And he does so. Zabriskie in motion. Fiore with the snap. Hand off to Jessamaria. Vincent across the 35 is met there by a host of Buccaneers and driven backwards. So forward progress will get him to the 30. And they're going to mark him at the 36. Thought he got to the 35 myself, but timeout on the field. Is that halftime? That's halftime. So the Pope John Lions at the half lead the Bayshore Buccaneers 27-0. We'll be back to Pope John High School after halftime. We'll start a new stream for the second half action. Pope John 27, Bayshore 0. We'll be back after halftime.